Your favorite shed is back to kick off cycle 3 in the preferred choice of environment. Back at House of Games, got the everything optimal setup going again. Quick update. Let me do this top set, or not top set, this heavy warm up set. Then I'll give a quick update, and then we'll start the workout. Okay, we finally got some feedback from, I don't want to say finally, but we got some feedback from Mr. Cliff, and it's not looking too good. Basically, we're too small to compete with the original timeline that we had. When I first started working with him, I was thinking show end of 2026, early 2027, and basically I got an email last week and he was like, I think we should set a target as fall of 2027 and take at least another year to grow in between because we're just not, we don't have the physique or the size necessary to be competitive at an amateur level. So I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty disappointing. It's definitely affecting my head a little bit, but what am I gonna do? Like cry about it? Like I don't really have a. I just gotta like look forward and do the work that I can to make sure that I'm in a better spot next year and not in a spot where I have a shitty physique like I do now. So we're just gonna keep grinding the sessions, see what the next year looks like. Oh, and the other thing he said is we probably have another 5 to 10 pounds of growth on this current phase before we got to cut. I guess he thinks I'm getting a little fat, so that's fun. I would like to be leaner, so I can't complain about that too much. I'm actually kind of looking forward to that. I think I've gotten in this like head mindset of where I'm like really scared when I see the scale go up because I spent so long dieting last year that now I'm in this headspace where every time I see the scale go up, I think I'm gaining fat. And I think back to how, I don't want to say grueling because it really wasn't that bad, but kind of shitty that phase was where I was dieting just because I didn't really know what I was doing. I was doing things pretty wrong and ended up yo-yo dieting, over restricting, all that kind of stuff, which made it way more miserable than it needed to be. If I were to go into a diet again, it would be way easier because I just have way more tools in the toolkit. And that's one thing you gotta realize is the more you do something, the more you learn, the better you get at it, and the easier it is in the future. So even though I know it's going to be easier, there's still that illogical side of me that looks at it and says, oh, it's going to be really hard and I don't want to gain any body fat and like all of this kind of stuff. So I got to like really try to get beyond that. But yeah, we're back here for cycle 3, starting off with a push day, doing our long eccentric bench press, bumping up by a 2.5 pound plate on each side, doing 3 sets. And since the reps are so long, I just like don't even bother counting these, and I just count them in post when I'm editing the video together. So Ah. Yeah. I have no idea how many reps that was, like not even a singular clue. Hopefully it's somewhere around 10 to 12. I think that's the range we want to be in. I've considered not counting my reps on any of my sets and just looking back at it later so that because I think there's this kind of thing that you can get into where when you have that rep number in your mind, you might limit yourself. Let's say I do a heavy set, 6 reps, and then I come in next session, I'm like really aiming for the 7 reps. So like in my whole head during that set, I'm kind of like doing things in a way where I'm like expecting the 7, but I might be able to do more, but I'm limiting myself in my head. So I've debated just not counting any of it, but I think counting also gives you kind of that motivational target of what you want to hit. So I think I'm going to keep it in because the thing is, even if I could do more than 7, it's not like the worst case if I do end up getting the 7. I'm a little bit more advanced, so it's unlikely I'm going to see huge rep progressions from session to session. So even if I end up getting 7 when I could have done 8, I'm still in that like simulating zone. So it's not the end of the world. Man, I'm really pissed at myself. Or I'm just disappointed that I'm not able to be competitive soon. And I need to, it's not that I don't want to take the time to grow. It's just like I've worked out for so long to end up with a physique that is just like isn't competitive after what 9 years of lifting. It's a little discouraging. Like I'm not the most secure mentally, I guess you could say. So when I hear something like that, it definitely affects me. But come on. One more set here to let loose a little bit. And chest is listed as a weak point. It doesn't even need to be listed as a weak point. I mean, anybody can see I've got the chest of a nice little bird. So we gotta fix that somehow. Mm. Come on. Ah. The good old AirPods are crapping out on me because I was using them all day on the walking pad. Today was the Wimbledon men's final for tennis, so I was grinding that out, and then I just like kept wearing the AirPods. Um, where am I? Kept wearing the AirPods in the car, and evidently they're out of battery now. So luckily we got another pair of headphones. Set up on a different cable stack this time, so I tried to estimate the weight that we're going to be doing, but we might have to adjust. Let's see. It's probably like a 15. So we'll find out. And yeah, with my Apple Watch. Okay, cool. That's 18. Ah, I don't know if I can say for sure it's progression because it is a different stack, but technically this should be the same weight as previous. Or, sorry, the increase that we're looking for. Is he getting more or less on this next set? Not good enough. Throwing up the last set here. Took a little extended break because I was responding to a post on the r/natural bodybuilding forum on Reddit. I like to, every time there's like a decent question, I like to give a good response, and people seem to like what I have to say, so I keep doing it. Yeah, it's like my apple light green apple flavor. So I have to open up my tub of the, what is it, like banana, like strawberry banana flavor or something. So today is a mixture of watermelon EAAs, plus a little bit of the green apple, Acolyte, plus some of the banana, whatever other fruit flavor they have in there. So normally, without the Gatorade powder, this tastes awful. I anticipate this will taste even worse today. So. Okay, surprisingly, that's not as bad. And I think now that I'm going to just be doing the watermelon flavor plus the banana one, we might actually be in a good situation here. Straight into the sets with no warm up. I've had some mixed experiences with this recently. I'm trying to progress it, so trying something new. We should already have sufficient blood flow in the whole pack from the amount of volume that we've done so far. Nice. 8 repper for the first one. I think last time we did 75 and we did 8 for the first, 9 for the second. So we're on track. Took a little good 3-minute break. Take this for one more set. If we could bang out 9, that would be a match in reps of last time with 75. It would be a huge progression to take. So think about it. What? 5 divided by 75. 1 carry the 2, 15. Am I an idiot? And then how many times does 15 go into 100? 6 would be 90. 7 would be 105. So it's like around a 7% increase, which is huge. That's massive. Let's take the rate limiter off. Ooh, my neck. Popping up the weight on the. Okay, this is not a flat yet. Does this like just not go flat or something or what? It's tough. Biceps together. Biceps together. Biceps together. How many reps in reserve? What do you think that was? I don't think we would have gotten another full rep. But then again, I suck at gauging failure, so fatty rest period there. I think this is the last set we got for chest, and then we'll move on to some belt action, spamming the lateral raises. Ugh. Oh, all right, that's 8.5, which is way below the range. We gotta bump that up, so we'll definitely be sticking with the same weight for next session. Stiff. Time for some shoulders. Okay, that's 10, but that might be a compromise in the form there. Just I think I was like tucking my head a little bit more, so we might be getting some more trap action. I'll clean that up on the next set. A little clean up on this aisle. Head tall. Okay, even better. Come on. No. Dude, what is that, bro? The eighth rep was like so easy. There's no reason we shouldn't have gotten ninth. Unfortunate. Oh, I didn't even bump the weight. Ow. Fucking fat, you're small. Ah! Take another set here, and then we hop back onto the lateral machine to finish off the delts. Three sets of 20. That's what the doctor has ordered. Oh! We did not control the end ranges of motion there. That was not good. I tried to like adjust my arm position mid-rep. Ugh. Since last time we kept the same weight the whole time and the reps started to drop off, I'm dropping the weight for the second and third set here. Ugh. Okay, I'll go to 70 on the next second set, next session. Yeah. Yo, fire levels, our levels are terrible now. Nope, that's a little bit better. I gotta keep putting the cuffs on and off because if I just leave them on, I think my hands are gonna fall off from the lack of circulation. Yeah, I might have put that on a little bit too tight. Something to work on. Yes. Let's go. Final set, if we can get 10 here, that will be a definite progression. Last little tricep finisher here. Let's get it. Ugh. I hate this like flared elbows thing. Feels terrible. Well, as we talked about earlier, ladies and gentlemen, as confirmed by the coach, we are both simultaneously somehow too small and too fat. 9 years of lifting, by the way. That's really just it's. I know it's gonna do a number on my head, man. 9 years of lifting. 9 years. Like, I know natural bodybuilding is like a long journey, but I was a little excited this year when I applied to work with him, and he said, "Yeah, I think we can do a show end of the year or early next year." And now that timeline's getting pushed back because I'm just not where I need to be. It's soul crushing, man. Yeah, I don't know what to say, and I don't really know what my plans are anymore. I feel like that just like changes everything. I really wanted to compete because I wanted to get the experience just of what it's like to step on stage, to get into that type of condition, how the whole process works, like signing up, getting a tan, like all that kind of stuff. Because everything that I do in my process is all about learning so that I can coach and help other people. Because I know that realistically, like I'm never going to be a very competitive natural bodybuilder. Like I don't have the genetics for that. And yes, I can make improvements over the next decade, but like you're never going to see me on like a pro stage probably and being competitive and having a chance at a class just because it's not in the cards for me. Somebody who is my stats, like that is competitive, is usually around like a 24, 25 FFMI, which to translate that into like numbers, that's a good 30, like 25 to 30 pounds of muscle. I don't know if you know what 25 to 30 pounds of muscle looks like, but it's ridiculous. Like the way that I usually describe it when somebody doesn't know how to do it. Imagine you went to Costco and you got 30 pounds of steak, 30 pounds of lean steak. That would fill your entire cart, and now start stuffing that under your skin in turn and that's muscle. Like you will literally just 2 or 3 pounds is going to make a massive difference in your physique. So when you're talking about 30 pounds, you're talking about a whole different human being. And again, after you've lifted for 9 years, yes, maybe some of that time wasn't perfectly optimal and not perfectly consistent, and there's still gains to be had, and somebody else could have made more progress, or if I could go back in time, I could make more progress in that same amount of time. 30 pounds of muscle isn't coming on this frame. Like that's just not happening naturally. So that is not in the cards for me. But what I really love and what I care about the most is being able to help other people. And I hope that one day I can coach the people that do have that potential, just because it's so much fun. I think your process and your journey in bodybuilding is so great, and I've enjoyed that so much. And it's even more rewarding to be able to amplify that. Like imagine you get to do that process, and now with multiple people, it's like you're just multiplying those effects and those feelings. And I really just enjoy that, which is why my whole journey and like everything that I do, the reason that I hired Cliff and all this kind of stuff is to try different things, learn different things so that I can add to my toolkit and be a better educator, be a better coach, all that kind of stuff. So to know that now I'm going to have to push that timeline back and I don't get to experience that and have that learning experience sooner, it's rough, man. Like I don't know what to say, but I'm just going to try to like shift my headspace a little bit and just take things one day at a time and just focus on the phase that I'm in and maximizing most of it. Because the last thing that I want, yes, I'm bummed, but I would be even more bummed if I let this get me down and then I don't take advantage of this next year that I have to grow, and then I end up in a situation where I'm still not ready at the end of 2027. And that is something I surely need to avoid. So just gonna try to like, again, take this week, get this out of my head a little bit, just lock back in and just focus on doing the work and putting 100% effort. And that's all I can do. Like I said, it is it's a bummer to hear that not only are we not ready to compete and don't have enough muscle, but the fact that we only have another like 5 to 10, probably like 5 pounds before I need a cut because the body composition is just not lean enough and we're too high. Honestly, I haven't put on a lot of body fat in this process, but the problem is when I did my diet, I didn't even get very lean in the first place. Like maybe 12, 13, probably like 13% body fat was the lowest that I got. And I'm probably sitting around like 13 to 14% now. So the fact that I didn't even get, like my original cut, I wanted to get lines in my glutes. I wanted to be around that 10%, maybe 11% area. And I just didn't get there because I was in a deficit for too long and I didn't have the tools and the mental fortitude to stick it out and just started yo-yo dieting and crashing out and wasn't able to handle the low leptin. That was the first time I experienced that. So I feel like I failed on my diet part because I didn't get lean enough. And then I didn't give myself enough runway for this growth phase. So now we've only been in this growth phase for like 6 months and now we're gonna have to cut again soon because again, we're too fat. We are both too small and too fat. That's a massive W, guys. So that's going to be it for this video. I'll be back tomorrow for this pull session. On the bright side, if I'm going to take a positive thing away from this, today's session was good. We progressed on pretty much every single exercise. And this is the start of a new cycle. And normally each cycle I'll take 1 to 3 days, or usually I'm taking 3 days off. And this time I only needed to take, I think 1, maybe 2 days off before I felt fine. And I felt completely recovered and ready to crush the session. So we're adapting to the higher volume. That's a plus, I guess, to look at the bright side. But I've just yapped here for a good long time. So yeah, see you tomorrow.